Hi, Paul Sackers, Good News Planet. I'm speaking to Dr. Bruce Keppen. Hi, Doctor. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
Founding Dean of the new medical school up at Quinnipiac University. I'm so excited. Hamden, Connecticut, and my alma mater. And, boy, that's exciting. Tell us about it.
Well, excitement is an understatement. This has been the most fun I have had in my entire academic medicine career, which is now more than 30 years.
Wow.
It's so much fun, so exciting to build a medical school from scratch. On November 1st of 2010, I was the only employee of the School of Medicine. And now we are accredited. We're licensed by the state to award the MD degree. We've almost finished the hiring of our founding faculty, and we're about 2 weeks into the application process. And in those 2 weeks, we have received over 1,200 applications for our 60 slots in our charter class. It's just been a real fun job.
Now, getting accredited of and to itself, as I see in a nice big page in the New York Times, you're one of the few schools in the entire country, maybe one of 82 or something like that, to be accredited?
No. What that refers to is there's 141 accredited medical schools in the United States. That 80 number are the number of universities that have both an accredited law school and an accredited medical school like Quinnipiac University.
Okay, and sometimes those two things go hand in hand.
Yeah, unfortunately.
In the world of medicine. And talking about the world of medicine, we don't have enough doctors, do we?
No, we are on the edge of a severe physician shortage for a number of reasons. One, you've got the baby boomers who are entering the Medicare system at the clip of about 10,000 a day. And you also have the millions of citizens that will have insurance as a result of the Affordable Care Act. So you've got this huge influx of patients into the system. And on the other end, you've got physicians leaving. So, for example, of the 700,000 or so practicing physicians in this country, 40% are baby boomers, and they're going to start retiring. And the group that is replacing them are often the sons and daughters of these baby boom physicians. And for those baby boom physicians, their entire life was defined by their practice. Their patients came first. They were basically 24/7 available for their patients. And they didn't go to the basketball games or they didn't go to the school plays. And so the physicians that are coming along want a more balanced lifestyle. They want to be able to raise a family and be around when those special events occur. So many of the students who are graduating from medical school today are not planning full-time careers in medicine. They're actually planning part-time careers. And so you have large numbers of patients coming in, you've got physicians leaving, and it's been estimated that by 2020 there will be a shortage of at least 100,000 physicians in this country.
So that's a big number. So I believe, though, one of the ways that our good university, Quinnipiac, was able to move this along was that you're going to concentrate, and correct me if I'm wrong here, on family practice. Is that correct?
Well, we're going to focus on primary care, which includes family practice.
Oh, okay,
but
all right.
The traditional definition of primary care is family practice, general internal medicine, and general pediatrics. And so that our mission is to graduate as many students as we can going into those specialties. The other thing we want to do is we recognize that medicine today is more and more of a team sport, and the care of patients occurs in a setting with a nurse or nurse practitioner, physician assistant. And so given the other health professions programs here at Quinnipiac, we think we've got a unique environment and opportunity to start to train these students in an interprofessional way so that when they do go into the workforce, being part of a team is second nature to them. And I personally believe that if we do this right, the reputation of Quinnipiac University will be such that if you want to go into a healthcare field, particularly with an emphasis in primary care, whether you want to be a nurse, a physician, or a physician assistant, you're going to choose to come to Quinnipiac because you know that's where you'll get the best training.
So obviously, to a certain degree, the medical world is changing.
It is changing, and the need in this country and in Connecticut is really for primary care physicians. And I think there's an important point to be made in that regard. If I had abdominal pain, I would go to my primary care physician, and he would spend probably 20 minutes with me to make sure that I did not have something serious that was life-threatening, such as appendicitis or pancreatitis. I would leave at the end of that 20-minute visit reassured I did not have a life-threatening condition. I might or might not have a prescription. That physician, my primary care physician, would make about $80 for that 20-minute visit. If I did not have that primary care physician, and many patients do not, they end up going to the emergency room. And they would not be seen in 20 minutes. They would probably sit there for several hours before they were seen. They would be evaluated in the same way, but because you're part of an emergency department in a hospital, they might choose to do an imaging study just to make sure. But the end result would be the same. You would leave that emergency room reassured you did not have a life-threatening condition. You might or might not have a prescription. The big difference is the bill. The bill for that visit would be about $2,600 versus $80. And if we're going to be able to rein in escalating health care costs, one of the ways to do that is to expand the primary care workforce, because they can care for a lot of patients that don't need to be going to an emergency room for their care, simply because they can't get to a primary care physician.
And then they can send them to whoever. So say in your situation there, they can send them to an abdominal specialist probably.
If need be, yeah.
He or she feels they need more.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a more logical way, especially if you're going to be 100,000 doctors short pretty soon. That's next week.
Yes, it's right around the corner.
Really, and of course with the government opening that up as well to make more people have the ability to have health care, which is
right.
a wonderful thing. We need to have the doctors to be able to then meet that need.
Yes, and it's one of the reasons why the umbrella group for medical schools, the Association of American Medical Colleges, has encouraged existing medical schools to expand their current class sizes if they can, and they've also encouraged the building of new medical schools. So Quinnipiac is one of 16 new medical schools across the country in different stages of development. We just earned our accreditation, which is the first step. You can't even talk to potential students until you are accredited, and they will be watching us carefully over the next several years as the school matures and grows to make sure that everything is where it needs to be.
Well, my brother-in-law, the radiologist up there in the New Haven area, he only has the greatest accolades to share with what you guys are doing. He said that the North Haven campus, that is one big, large, wonderful potential facility. Is that so?
It is a magnificent facility. It's the former home of Anthem Blue Cross.
Right.
It is 104 acres, 4 buildings with about 600,000 square feet of space, and then a 1,300-car parking garage. This campus is now completely under the control of Quinnipiac, and it's being renovated to be the graduate and professional campus. Next year, the law school will be moving onto this campus from its current location in Mount Carmel, and currently the majority of the graduate programs are already operating on this campus.
Great news. Last question, Doctor. What's good news for you?
What's good news for me is the fact that I got the dream job. To be able to build a new medical school opens up so many possibilities for innovation and ways to better train these future physicians. And to me, that's incredibly exciting.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. And we even know a little bit about DNA even now, huh?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's all great. Congratulations, and we're here to support the school however we can. So thank you so much for sharing.
All right. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.